Hello and welcome to Cinema Wellman. I'm totally cheating here. I'm your host, David, and today I'm joined in the studio by Delta. Delta, what's going on, buddy? You've been with me for a few days now, and he's been so good. Delta belongs to my friend Courtney, and I'm watching him while she attends a music festival. And as has become the custom here at Cinema Wellman, when taking care of animals belonging to friends or family, we have a special episode for you. Since Delta's a cat, we're going to be covering 13 cat movies that were new to us here at Cinema Wellman before a friend joined us. Okay, there he goes. You gonna, any more? Okay, so he's gonna come back up. You gotta love working with animals. All right, want to make it clear, as was the case when I took care of Nora, cousin Johnny and Kara's dog, Delta was not interested in any of the films that I'm about to talk about. Not even the ones where rats, mice, and dogs were involved and things were chaotic, running around and all that stuff. Another custom here at Cinema Wellman. Go ahead, Delta. You're all good. There's always more snacks. There's always more snacks at Wellman. Do I dare? Okay. Right. All right. Another custom here at Cinema Wellman is if you visit us, there will be films playing, and whether or not you watch is totally up to you. Before getting into the new Cat Capers, I do want to mention another dozen cat movies that have been screened in the past and are recommended viewing for cat owners and non-cat owners alike. And these 12 cat films listed here in chronological order span the genres, so there's something here for everyone, beginning with 1942 or 1982's Cat People. Classic horror, the original or the remake, both good. If you notice that, if you're watching on YouTube and you notice I keep looking over here, it's because Delta's going up and down the stairs. So don't be distracted. Next, previously viewed cat movies, here he comes. Rhubarb, 1951. A feral cat inherits a baseball team. Yeah, really, delightful. 1974's Harry and Tonto. Art Carney won a Best Actor Oscar as a man on a cross-country journey with his cat. 1977's Houseu, or House. This Japanese horror film is a cult classic, and just watch the trailer. You don't have to watch the whole movie, just watch the trailer. It's wild, wild stuff. 1978's The Cat from Outer Space, a fun Disney family film from a time when Disney cared about making fun family films. 1985's Cat's Eye, anthology horror film of Stephen King's stories. 1989 or 2019's Pet Sematary, more from Stephen King. I like the original and I like the remake. Puss in Boots, 2011. Can't help but crack up listening to Antonio Banderas' voice. Puss cracks me up. 2016's Keanu. The title character is the adorable kitten of an LA crime kingpin. A fun, silly Key and Peele comedy. 2016's Keddy, a documentary about the many cats that live in Istanbul. This was awesome. A lot of cat's eye view kind of looks at Istanbul. 2022's Luck, a fun animated adventure about the battle between the organizations of Good Luck and Bad Luck, and 2024's Flow. I think I've mentioned that one before. The new cat movies we'll be meowing about today will be listed by IMDb scores worst to best. The worst score being a totally deserved 2.8, and the best score being 7.8. 5 of these films had an IMDb score of 7 or more, which is very impressive. We are feline fine today. Sorry about that cat pun, Delta. Hey, more snacks? You gonna get up here for the... Come on up. So let's open this bag of cats, and we're gonna start with Cats from 2019. PG, 110 minutes. IMDb does say 2.8, directed by Tom Hooper. Wow, this was something. And by something, I mean this was as bad as I thought it was going to be. I've always heard terrible things about Cats, and it never had any desire to see it until this project. I asked around a bit to see if anyone had actually seen it, and most responded with a no, as if I asked them, hey, have you ever eaten a worm? No. Have you ever seen Cats? No. When my girls were part of the drama club in high school, they were part of this production. Dakota told me today that this was the only production that she and Hannah overlapped. Dakota was a senior and Hannah was a sophomore, freshman. I don't know. I do the math. When asked if they had seen it, Dakota responded with resounding no, like the worms. Hannah had seen it, so we compared notes. And Hannah and I, we agreed on the following points. It's stunningly bad, uninspiring, utterly forgettable music, incredible waste of talent. Jennifer Hudson, Idris Elba. Here you go, bud. Not even Taylor Swift could save it. Come on up here, Delta. God-awful CGI. If you can perform the play every night on Broadway since 1982 without CGI, why can't you make the movie without CGI? Hannah added that she has attempted to explain the concept of the entire thing to friends, and they don't believe her. And the butthole boondoggle itself is testament to what a mess this production was. Google that if you're not sure what I'm talking about. How this ran on Broadway for such a run, 5th longest in Broadway history, is a mystery to me. Avoid these cats at all costs. Next up, a TV movie that left me with more questions than answers. It did star Kathleen Quinlan, and we love her, so that was good. The rest was not. Strays from 1991. Rated R, 83 minutes. IMDb says 4.7. Directed by John McPherson. Just some of the dumbest behavior you'll ever see in a horror movie. It's one of those horror movies that will have you yelling a variety of questions and curse words at your screen. These yuppie morons, hey, that guy looks like Timothy Busfield. They move into their dream house out in the sticks to get away from the city, blah, blah, blah. You've seen it in thousands of movies. The previous owner of the house they move into was apparently killed by a clouder of stray cats, and don't potential buyers need to be told that by law or something? In any event, they move into a house that has 3 great-looking floors, all good, dream house, etc. Then there's the basement and the attic, both of which are straight out of a Saw movie. Dripping water everywhere, holes, exposed wiring, vermin, ridiculous. And then the cats are terrorizing the family, and they're in the vents of the house. I have to admit that the parts where the cluster of cats are running rampant are pretty scary. The rest is just silly. Who leaves their bulkhead open all the time anyway? That may have been the dumbest part of the whole movie. Delta, check the bulkhead, see if it's open. Thank you, my friend. Next, from 1997, That Darn Cat. PG, 89 minutes, IMDb 4.7. Directed by Bob Spires. This is better than the 4.7 of the previous 4.7. This is a remake. Hey, meow, there you go. Come on over. More snacks. This is a remake of Disney's 1965, That Darn Cat. And you know how we feel about remakes here at Cinema Wellman. If you're interested in a movie about a cat being part of an FBI investigation led by an agent who's allergic to cats, see the original. This wasn't bad, and I have nothing against Christina Ricci. but it wasn't very good either. Next up is a movie based on a favorite cartoon of mine when I was a kid. No, this did not exist. Come on up, bud. Here we go. Look at this. Oh, snacks. These things. Come on, I'll share it with you. Jump up. Jump up. Here, come on. Top Cat, 2011. PG, 90 minutes. Again, 4.7, directed by Alberto Mar. This isn't even an American movie, which had me researching why another country was delving into Hoagie's Alley for the adventures of TC. Turns out Top Cat is huge in Mexico. The title of the film is Don Gato y su Padilla. Like every episode of the cartoon, the movie is about TC, Benny, Brain, Choo Choo, Fancy, and Spook, involved in all sorts of scams and schemes, which are attempted to be stopped by poor Officer Dibble. I enjoyed this 90 minutes, this hit of nostalgia, but understand the low rating on IMDb. Remember that these Feline Films are being presented in ascending order of IMDb scores, so the good ones are coming up. Next, Eye of the Cat from 1969, rated M. 102 minutes. IMDb says 6.1, directed by David Lowell Rich. I just said that the good ones are coming up. Maybe not just yet. IMDb says, here we go. A man and his girlfriend plan to rob the mansion of the man's eccentric aunt. However, the aunt keeps dozens of cats in her home, and the man is deathly afraid of cats. If you think that this sounds like a cheesy, lurid melodrama, you'd be correct. The man and his girlfriend are idiots. And I was rooting for the cats the entire time. Again, some of the cat mob scenes in this movie, when they're attacking, are pretty scary. Lots of lots of people are afraid of cats, and I totally get it. Not you, Delta. You're a good little guy. You're a good guy. Delta's leaving tomorrow, and I'm going to miss him very much. Next, from 1988, Oliver and Company. Rated G, 74 minutes. IMDb says 6.6. Directed by George Scribner. G-rated, sub 80-minute, late 80s animated family fun from Disney, featuring a variety of voice actors that are pretty amusing at times. Cheech Marin, Richard Mulligan from Soap, Roscoe Lee Brown, Dom DeLuise, Bette Midler, they all add their voices to this story about a lost and alone kitten who joins a gang of dogs engaged in petty larceny in New York City. Oliver, in Oliver and Company, Oliver is voiced by Joey Lawrence, yet another Joey Lawrence sighting here at Cinema Wellman, who's in one of the bad shark movies, if you're with us usually. Enough already with Joey Lawrence. Next, from 1965, That Darn Cat, which is one of the lines in both the original and the remake. Exasperated cat owner saying, "Oh, that darn cat." Roll credits. Rated G, 116 minutes. IMDb says 6.7. Directed by Robert Stevenson, not Robert Louis Stevenson. This is a G-rated family adventure film from Disney that involves a kidnapped bank teller who is held at gunpoint for the entire film by thugs and repeatedly threatened with murder. Disney was a little dark back in the 60s. I was surprised that I had never seen this. I'm sure that I'd seen at least at most of it or all of it at some point as a kid, but if it's not in the archives, I didn't officially see it. I enjoyed it, and I was reminded of the films that Disney used to make. Next, from 2020, A Whisker Away, rated PG, 104 minutes. IMDb says 6.7. You want to come up here, bud? Directed by Junichi Sato. This was screened when Dakota was here for a visit, and we kept looking at each other with what I'd call questioning surprise. Dee described it as chaotic, Well, I couldn't help thinking that the screenplay must have been written by a seventh grade girl. We didn't dislike it, but it was easily the weakest of the three Japanese animated films about cats on this list. There he goes. Next, from 1994, Feline, unrated, 82 minutes. IMDb says 7.0, directed by Michael Schack. While searching cat cinema to screen for this episode, I ran across Feline, a German animated mystery that IMDb describes as follows. Quote, a cat must investigate brutal murders of other cats in a neighborhood he has moved into with his owner, end quote. Those Germans and their fun animated family adventures. This was actually one of my favorites on this list, as the story was interesting. The lead investigating cat was well written, and it moved like any normal murder mystery with humans. And there's even a sex scene. Not the humans, the cats. Those Germans and their fun animated family adventures. This is well worth the 82 minutes if you can find it. This was a lot of fun. Right, Delta? Oh, you weren't here for that one. Next, The Aristocats from 1970. Rated G, 78 minutes, IMDb 7.1. Directed by Wolfgang Reitherman. IMDb says 100 superstar comedians tell the same very, very dirty, filthy joke, one shared privately by comics since vaudeville. No, wait, that's not the Aristocats. That's the Aristocrats. 1 minute. Okay. IMDb tells us, with the help of a smooth-talking tomcat, a family of Parisian felines set to inherit a fortune from their owner try to make it back home after a jealous butler kidnaps them and leaves them in the country. The butler did it. Spoiler alert. Yes, that's it. That's the Aristocats. This was actually a lot of fun, as were all of the other hand-drawn animation films on this list. In this age of AI or A1, it's so refreshing to see a finished product that was painstakingly engineered by humans. Like that darn cat, I know I had seen this as a kid, but if it's not in the archives... All right, next up is a film from Studio Ghibli, so you know we loved it. It's from 2002. It's The Cat Returns, rated G, 75 minutes. 7.1 IMDb, directed by Hiroyuki Morita. Hey, Delta. You're going to climb on the... Just don't go up on the Godzilla shelves. Dakota and I both love this film. IMDb tells us it's about a 17-year-old girl who, after helping a cat, finds herself involuntarily engaged to a cat prince in a magical world where her only hope of freedom lies with a dapper cat statuette come to life. It happens all the time. At Cinema Wellman and plenty of other places, Studio Ghibli is money in the bank. So many wonderful stories brought to life over the years that are just magical on the screen. Every Ghibli fan has their favorites, but you honestly can't go wrong with any movies released under their umbrella. Watch it, watch this, watch everything else, watch them all. Dee and I especially loved the security cats in this film. Next, from 2016, A Street Cat Named Bob. Not rated, 103 minutes, IMDb 7.3, directed by Roger Spottiswoode. The title character of this wonderful film, based on a true story and an international best-selling book, is an orange cat, much like my friend Delta. Where are you, buddy? It's a big studio. IMDb tells us the true feel-good story of how James Bowen, a busker and recovering drug addict, has his life transformed when he meets a stray ginger cat. This is an addiction story with a very positive vibe and is absolute proof that an animal can make all the difference in the world in a person's life. A pet can be a literal lifesaver for people, and James Bowen is proof of that. I love that I read they cast several cats to play the real Bob, but he ended up doing most of it himself. When I shared that I was watching this and crying with my friend Jen, she said she cried just watching the trailer. Jen loves cats and positivity. One more feline film to mention, and it's another Studio Ghibli film, and this one is directed by the master. It's Kiki's Delivery Service from 1989, rated G, 103 minutes, IMDb 7.8, directed by Hayao Miyazaki. Yet another masterpiece of animation directed by the legendary Miyazaki. IMDb says, along with her black cat, Gigi, Kiki settles in a seaside town and starts a high-flying delivery service. Here begins her magical encounter with independence and responsibility, making lifelong friends and finding her place in the world. I'm really not going to go, I'm not going to add much more to that, other than you should see Kiki's Delivery Service, and as I just mentioned, every other film produced by Studio Ghibli. Pure magic. Well, that is a wrap from here at Cinema Wellman. If you happen to be a cat person, we've given you quite a few wonderful cat movies to seek out and a couple to stay far away from. Delta and I, Delta, you want to come back? Delta's on the stairs. Chet, can you grab, no, okay. So Delta and I thank you for tuning in today. I hope you join us next time when I won't have an Animal House guest. And I'll miss you, Delta. I will miss you, buddy. You've been such a good friend and a good guest. I won't have an Animal House guest, so I guess I'll have to think of something else to talk about. And no more sharks. So until then, take care.